What's up, you guys? Chase the Dark Sage here, and I'm back with another episode of Weebish. Now, in this episode, I will be giving my thoughts and review of the show / anime Hunter x Hunter. Now, I know a lot of people, if you've been watching me for a while, if you're a returning viewer / subscriber, y'all kind of know the show is all right to me so far. I mean, I just hit the Chimera Ant arc. Depending on when this comes out, I might be done with that. I might not be. But right now, I'm done up to the part of Greed Island, and it's not looking too good. Before I get into it, let me go ahead and give y'all some disclaimers like I usually do at the beginning of the video. I gotta say big shout out to all my returning viewers and subscribers, because without y'all, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I love the people that are actually loving this series of Weebish. Now, I know my channel is mostly comprised of Funko Pop content, but I just love that y'all come through and we could just talk about anime and stuff like that, because most of my Funko Pop content is about anime, so I should talk about anime sometime. So if you're a returning viewer / subscriber and you're still in this video, I gotta say thank you, shout out to you, and I love y'all. Secondly, if you're a new viewer to the channel, welcome to the channel. I mostly do Funko Pop content. We talk about anime, we talk about Dragon Ball Z. We're gonna start talking more about other collectibles as well. So if you like content like that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that like button and that post notification bell. That way you know whenever I post a new video. Thirdly, don't forget to follow your boy on Instagram at Dark Sage Collections. The link will be in the description below. And I have a Discord for collectors and nerds all alike. So if you want to join that and talk to cool people as well, the link for that will be in the description below as well. So let's get into it. So let's go ahead and talk about Hunter x Hunter. My synopsis of the show is, it's about a little boy that wears green little booty shorts, and he's trying to find his dad that said that he would come back, and he never came back. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I know, y'all about to kill me in that. But let's be real, Gon be wearing some booty shorts in that show. But the show is basically about Gon Freaks. He's the main character of the whole show, and basically his dad leaves him because he's a hunter or whatever, and his aunt tells him that his dad left because he's a hunter, and Gon wants to become a hunter in his own, because if being a hunter is so fascinating for his dad to not be in his life, he thinks that being a hunter might be one of the best things ever, probably. So basically in the show, you see the growth of Gon and his friends that accompanies him along this journey. Now, let me tell you how I was introduced to Hunter x Hunter. Back then, my old best friend, he used to be watching the old version, the 1999 version, and I never knew what it was. I already knew that it looked similar to Yu Yu Hakusho, because obviously it's made by the same creator. But it just never interested me. It had a dry color palette to me, and it didn't interest me back then when I was younger. But let's now fast forward to 2011 when they made the remake, and honestly, it looked bright and colorful, but the anime wasn't for me, and especially with all the hype that surrounds it, I definitely didn't want to check out the anime. And the Chimera Ant arc is known as one of the greatest shonen anime arcs, and that's pretty heavy. I'm a Dragon Ball Z fanboy. I'm not saying that Dragon Ball Z is the best anime or the worst anime. It's very pivotal in anime history, but the best arc in anime history? I'm not gonna lie, it's actually winning me over. I'm actually in the Chimera Ant arc as I'm filming this video right now, and honestly, that Chimera Ant arc, it ain't for no punks. Now let's go ahead and get into the show. Let's go ahead and talk about the arcs, because I really want to talk about it. Because honestly, I believe from my opinions, I'm construed as a hater for Hunter x Hunter. And I'm not hating on Hunter x Hunter, but with these high expectations that it's supposed to meet for me in my head, I just expected it to be a lot better. Now let's go ahead and talk about the first arc, is the Hunter exam. And this is basically where you meet all the main cast. You meet Gon, Killua, Kurapika, Leorio, which is one of my favorite characters, and Hisoka. You also get to learn what hunters are, what they kind of do, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a little confusing, because I still don't know what a hunter exactly does. Like, if someone were to ask me what a hunter does, I wouldn't be able to explain it to them. I could just say that they could kill people because they have a license to. Now, in this arc was okay. It's about 20 episodes. I watched it on dub, because you know I'm dub gang. But I watched it in dub on Netflix, because it is available on Netflix up to the Greed Island arc as I'm recording this video. And honestly, it's all right. I mean, I watched it because I thought something dope was going to happen, but there was no dope fights. You see Hisoka, and honestly, he reminds me of that creepy old dude. Like, he reminds me of like an Orochimaru, basically, because he has this certain infatuation, I guess, with killing, and especially killing someone that has a great fighting potential. I don't know. It's kind of confusing. I really want to see where he goes within the anime or the manga, because obviously the anime has been on hiatus since 2014, because obviously, you know, the creator of this anime slash manga, he has back problems from, you know, creating the Go anime like Yu Yu Hakusho, keeping that on his back for a while. But, you know, that's besides the point. I just want to see where this character Hisoka goes because he seems super powerful, especially in the later arcs in the show. He is one of my favorite characters so far as well. Him and Leorio, even though Leorio isn't seen as that powerful from what I've watched so far. He's just super funny. I love his attitude and just the way he is. Besides that, let's go ahead and talk about some of the characters. First up, we meet Gon, and he reminds me of Kid Goku from Dragon Ball, like when Goku was about 12 or 13, the same age as Gon is in this show. Gon is pretty happy-go-lucky. He seems like a very positive, optimistic person, and I actually love that in the main antagonist. He isn't stupid, but he's kind of dumb, like, especially like when he gets thrown like a lot of math or a lot of information thrown at him at one time, which honestly is one part that I do love about the show, because when he gets a lot of information thrown at him, all you see is steam come out of his ears and you just see him look confused. And honestly, that's how I feel, because I'm like, yo, y'all are hitting me with a lot of information right now in such a short amount of time. Go ahead and spread that out, and I will talk more about that within the second arc of the show. But I love Gon. Let's go ahead and talk about Leorio. Leorio is just this guy who basically wants to become a hunter so he could get money to become a doctor, because one of his best friends, I guess, died in the past, and he wants to kind of stop that from happening again. Kurapika, he just has this vengeance against the Phantom Troupe arc, and I don't know. We'll talk more about that in the Phantom Troupe arc era too. Then we got Killua, who is I guess, retired assassin, which Killua is a super dope character. Obviously, if you're watching the show, you're definitely gonna love Gon and Killua. I don't really know that many people that like Leorio and Kurapika, even though I see a whole bunch of fan pics of Kurapika online. I don't know, but Gon and Killua is basically the main cast of this show. But like I said before, the Hunter exam is just a whole bunch of like mini games for them to pass this exam so they can get their Hunter license, basically. Let's go ahead and move on to the Tower arc, where to me, the show steps it up a little bit, but it also leaves me wanting more. Now me, I definitely love my shonen arcs, especially with a tournament, but this one, I don't know how I feel about this one, guys, because this is when they introduced that new fighting system called Nen, and this is the energy slash battle system that they use within the whole show. And at the beginning, it's a whole bunch of information just thrown at you at one time, because they got Nen, Ten, Ren, and it's a whole bunch of confusing stuff. I don't even know how it all works. Like, you have to be a reader slash anime watcher of Hunter x Hunter to really realize how much this stuff could go in depth, because I obviously know it has like its elemental uses and stuff like that. Like there's enhancers, emulators, or whatever they're called. I don't know, but it's very confusing. It's a whole bunch of information thrown at you within a 12 episode span, which I do love my 12 episode seasons, because I'm a grown adult. I got things to do. I don't need to be sitting up here watching a 60 episode arc of something, which I am doing because, you know. But still, I appreciate that the Tower arc, it didn't need to be long, and it definitely wasn't long. And it really just tries to introduce you to that new battle system that they're implementing called Nen. And like I said before, it's a whole bunch of information thrown at you. I really didn't get it, but this is where basically the training starts from this show until Greed Island. Not much happens in this Tower arc, and honestly, I like it because it's a tournament, but then again, there's only one memorable scene in this, and this is when Gon is fighting Hisoka, and this is probably one of the most memorable fights in the show so far that I've watched. And honestly, no other fight has really met my expectations since. All right, now we're on to the auction slash Phantom Troupe arc. This is mostly a Kurapika story, because in this arc, this is when Kurapika and Leorio come back into the main frame with the main cast. And honestly, I thought it was going to be a cool anime crew, but it wasn't. Kurapika was doing his own thing as a little bodyguard. He was trying to take on the Phantom Troupe because these are the people that killed off his entire clan. And honestly, the fight scenes with Kurapika, they're dope, but they're not memorable. Especially when he fought that Beast Phantom Troupe member. That was pretty dope. I'm not going to lie. Especially with his little Nen ability and then his Nen promise or whatever, that chain thing around his heart. Pretty dope, but nothing is really memorable. His character is kind of boring as well. All he wants is revenge. He reminds me of Sasuke from Naruto, only seeking revenge. But to me, there's not much of his character. He just seems very bland, very boring. I mean, a whole bunch of people love him online, but honestly, I don't really like him that much. Like I said, when I first saw the characters, and I saw the promotional art, and I saw the poster, I'm thinking these characters are going to go through all these seasons all together. But honestly, after this arc, you really don't see Kurapika much. You don't see Leorio much as well. You always are going to see Gon and Killua, because Gon and Killua are best friends. Because Killua honestly grew up with no friends, and him having Gon, he just wants to go with Gon because he just wants a friend, basically. I do love Gon and Killua's relationship, but after that, not see Kurapika, I really am not interested in his story. And Leorio, I wish he was in the mainframe a little bit more. But in the Phantom Troupe arc, while Kurapika's story is mostly going, we are going to the Greed Island portion of the show, where basically Gon is trying to get to Greed Island because it's just another clue for him to find his father. In order for him to find his father has left a clue for him within the game Greed Island, and he goes to this auction in order for him to get the game Greed Island so he could buy it, which is a whole bunch of stuff that's happening in the background, because honestly, the stuff that Gon and Killua are doing in this arc, not really interesting. Now, Kurapika is cool, but I want to see Gon and Killua fight. Like, I want to see some action. In this anime, it's heavy in the action later on in the later parts, but right now the action is just so slim to none, and it was just not captivating me. It was kind of boring me a little bit. Now, I know a lot of people, they're trying to say that this arc is probably character building for some of the side characters, but honestly, I don't care. At the end of this arc, I really do like the fact of a certain character losing their nan. I'm not going to spoil it for people who haven't watched, even though the anime came out in like, what, 2011 and it ended at 2014. Well, at least it's on hiatus till 2014. But I really like the fact that one of the characters lose their nan ability, but obviously, since he's a big bad, he's going to get his power back somehow. I don't know how he's going to get it exercised or whatever, but I can't wait to see that, especially since I really want to see Hisoka fight this guy, and he didn't end up doing it. Let's move on to the next arc. Okay, now guys, we got the last arc that I'm about to talk about, which is Greed Island. Honestly, I did not like this part at all. I'm sorry, but being in a video game, the only time I liked characters being in a video game, obviously besides kind of like Digimon, is Sword Art Online, which only liked that up to like episode 17 when they first beat the first game. After that, when they was about to go into a second game, I was like, nah, bro, this ain't for me. Now, Greed Island, it isn't the bad part because this is another training arc, and I feel like all these arcs up until now had just been training arcs. Nothing amazing has happened. Nothing great has happened. A lot of people that say that this show is great, I've watched 70 episodes of this, and nothing great has happened. No memorable fight since Gon and Hisoka fought. I mean, yeah, there's like one cool fight in here, but to me, I feel like it's a cop-out because it's in a video game, even though the video game is placed in the real world and all this other confused stuff. I don't know. So you basically meet the main antagonist at the beginning, which you don't know is the main antagonist until later on. He confirms it within the middle of the arc, who is Genthru. He's the bomber or whatever. And obviously they have to stop it because he is a bad guy within the game, killing people. Now to me, I feel like if you took Greed Island out, it really wouldn't change the story much. Yeah, it's a training arc for them to meet Bisky, and Bisky trains them because Bisky is like a 50-year-old hag or whatever that teaches them more about Nen and strengthens them. And, you know, obviously she plays a later on role within the Chimera Ant arc. But honestly, I feel like if you took this part out of Greed Island, it really doesn't matter within the grand scheme of things. Now, I did like the big risk of, spoilers are coming up ahead, I did like the big risk of Gon using the technique and him destroying his hands when he was fighting Genthru. I loved that because I love that it was a risk taken. I forgot all about the cards having the ability to actually heal people, but the risk that they took with Gon losing both of his hands, I was blown back in my seat when he used that Jonkin fist. And oh my God. That was a super dope moment. Now, I wish we had some more cooler scenes in there, but honestly, Gon has one move throughout the whole show. It has been 70-something episodes, and Gon only has one move. And it's a move that Goku uses in Dragon Ball. How is this one of the greatest shonens and they do that? Yeah, up until then, Gon only has one move that he's actually used, and honestly, it's such a subpar. I mean, the move in itself, the originality is subpar. I mean, it's all right when you watch it in the grand scheme of things, but honestly, rock, paper, scissors, come on. We already know that Kid Goku does that, and I already said that him and Goku have a great similarity to each other, in my opinion. But I'm not trying to be a Hunter x Hunter hater. I mean, honestly, the show hasn't won me over with these 70 episodes because it's only 140-something episodes. I've watched 70-something episodes and it still hasn't won me over. There still aren't that many memorable moments. I mean, the comedy, it does hit every now and then, which is cool, but I don't know, I just expected more from the show, especially from the hype that it gets. I feel like a lot of people just hype it up because the Chimera Ant arc, the other half of the show is so great that I guess it encompassed the other part. I just feel like from the Hunter exam to the Greed Island arc, I feel like that's all just build up for the Chimera Ant arc, which honestly, I know it's not going to be the finale because obviously the manga or the anime isn't finished. But all this build up, 70 episodes of build up, just so we can get here, that's a lot of buildup, guys. That means your audience has to have a lot of patience to sit through all that. Like I said, the show is amusing. The show is entertaining. It's not bad at all. But for me, comparing it from the hype that I got to what I actually watched, yeah, it didn't meet it. But let me know what you guys thought about the show. Honestly, I recommend the show if you're a shonen fan. If you're a returning viewer subscriber, you already know that I love my shonen anime. I love Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Bleach. I love all those shonen animes. That's what helped glue me up, basically. I'm waiting to see more of what's happening in the show. I'm like at episode 100 or something. Basically, Miriam, he is playing Gungi with that girl, and I'm not gonna spoil it in case you haven't watched it yet, because I know some people might be watching on Netflix, because you know I'm dub game good thing. And sadly, guys, I have to watch a sub. I've been watching this whole Chimera Ant arc sub, and honestly, I don't see how you sub doers. I don't see how y'all do it. I don't see how y'all sub users really do it, because man, I hate reading. I like to sometimes watch it, get on my phone sometimes, check the Insta Grizzle, and then I got look. Come on, man. As soon as I'm watching the show, watching this sub, I check the Insta Grizzle. I'm scrolling up. I look up. It's like 20 minutes in of dialogue, and I haven't been reading nothing. So I gotta go back. I gotta rewind. I gotta rewatch it. Now I know I can watch the show dubbed illegally, but I pay for all these streaming services. I like to put the money into this industry that I do love. So I do like to support ways that I can. So I can't watch it on there, guys. I'm sorry. I am dub gang, but right now I gotta watch it in sub, and it's killing me. But let me know what you guys think about Hunter x Hunter. I honestly, right now, since the Chimera Ant arc happened, I love the show. I love the progression of where the show is going so far. I love what they're doing with the characters. And I love the Chimera Ant arc. All the arcs before it, I really don't like them. They're very boring. They're very mellow. I feel like the heightened sense of danger really isn't there, and that's really not making me invested within the storyline until we get to the Chimera Ant arc, where it's world staking danger, basically. And that's what I definitely love in my shonen anime. I love the power of friendship. Not too much of the power of friendship. Like, I like the power of friendship when it powers you up, but I don't like it when, you know, you get the pull. You know what I'm talking about, the pull. I'm not telling you where the pull comes from, but you know what I'm talking about with the pull. But that's about it with all my opinions, guys. Honestly, Hunter x Hunter, I do recommend it if you do like shonen anime. I'm not going to hype it up to you. The Chimera Ant arc is pretty good. It's pretty dope from what I watch. All the comedy has been hitting. All the jokes have been having me dying, and I just love the characters that they introduced in the show. But honestly, the arcs before it, I just can't get down with them. I'd probably rather read the manga than I would actually watch that part of the anime, because honestly, reading the manga will go way faster than you watching the anime. Let me know what you think about Hunter x Hunter. Let me know who's your favorite characters, who's your favorite villain, and who's your favorite good guy, because I know my favorite good guy obviously is going to be Gon, because I do like the main character mostly of my shonen anime. And my favorite villain, even though he's not really a villain, he's more of an anti-hero, I love Hisoka, because I just love the potential that they have with his character, even though I love the potential that they have with Gon, because let's be real, I play Jump Force, so I kind of know this big thing that he's going to do in the Chimera Ant arc. So y'all, come on. I know what he's going to do, but I don't know how he's going to do it. I just can't wait to see it. I just know it's going to look super dope. But that's it for the video, guys. If you like content like this and you aren't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button if you haven't already. And I'd like to say thank you guys for watching. Dark Sage out. Peace.